The lake was quiet that late afternoon, golden sunlight rippling across the water and the scent of pines drifting on the breeze. For Ethan, a single dad who had mastered the art of balancing laughter and responsibility, this was supposed to be a peaceful break from his long week. His daughter, Lily, had begged him to bring her to the lake before summer ended. 5 more minutes, Daddy, Lily shouted as she splashed in the shallow edge. 5 minutes, he agreed, settling on the grass with a deep breath. Nature was his refuge, the one place where silence didn't feel heavy. As he watched his daughter, a sudden splash drew his attention. Someone had jumped off the nearby wooden dock. He caught a glimpse of long hair, a flash of athletic form, and then the unmistakable sound of someone laughing underwater. When the swimmer resurfaced, wiping water from her face, Ethan recognized her instantly. Maya Carter, CEO of the tech company whose new office his construction team had been building for months. She was always composed, confident, the type of woman who made a room go silent by simply walking in. But here, soaking wet in a turquoise lake, she looked nothing like the powerful executive he knew. She waved awkwardly. Ethan, hi, I didn't think anyone was still here. He stood, a little stunned. Didn't know you came out this far. This is where I escape from the world, she said, pushing wet hair behind her ear. No board meetings, no deadlines, no phones. Before Ethan could respond, a small gasp echoed from the water. Maya turned slowly, then whispered, "Oh no. What's wrong?" Ethan asked. She took a breath, cheeks turning red. The water, the current, it pulled my clothes off the dock. She hugged herself under the water, mortified. My towel floated away too. I really didn't think anyone would see me. Ethan immediately turned his back. It's okay. Lily's over there playing. You're covered by the water. It's fine. Her voice dropped to a whisper. You won't look, right? Of course not. He grabbed the shirt he had just taken off and extended an arm behind him. Here, take my shirt. There was a beat of silence, then the faint sound of water swishing as Maya swam closer. Thank you, she murmured. Her fingers brushed his as she took the shirt, delicate and cold from the lake. The touch sent an unexpected pulse up his arm, gentle yet electrifying. He kept his gaze firmly away as she stood up behind him, the long shirt falling just to her mid-thigh. Ethan was tall, she was small. The shirt practically swallowed her, and for a strange moment he found himself swallowing hard. You're safe, he said softly. And clothed, she replied with a nervous laugh. I owe you, probably more than I want to admit. Accidents happen, nothing to be embarrassed about. Easy for you to say. She exhaled, hugging the shirt around her body. I'm usually the one in control. This is new. He glanced over his shoulder and saw her standing with damp hair stuck against her cheeks, eyes sparkling with a mixture of embarrassment and relief. She looked vulnerable, real, not the polished version the world saw. Lily, noticing the stranger, ran over. Daddy, who's that? This is Ms. Carter, Ethan said, the nice lady from the office. Maya smiled warmly, kneeling despite the oversized shirt. Hi there, I like your water shoes. Lily giggled. Daddy says they look like duck feet. Well, I love duck feet, Maya said. They help you move fast. Lily grinned, instantly charmed. Ethan watched the interaction with a strange tug in his chest. He had seen Maya give presentations about million-dollar projects, negotiate contracts without blinking, and walk through construction sites like she owned the earth beneath her heels. But seeing her kneel beside his daughter, laughing through her embarrassment, made her more human than he'd ever imagined. When Lily ran back to the water, Maya straightened. You're good with her, she observed. She's my whole world, I can tell. She hesitated. Most men I meet don't hold on to their priorities like that. Most men you meet are trying to impress you, he said before he could stop himself. She blinked, caught off guard. And you, are you trying to impress me? He shook his head. I don't have the time or the energy to pretend to be someone I'm not. Something softened in her eyes. I like that. They stood quietly, listening to the water ripple. Her bare legs peeked from under his shirt, the sleeves dangling past her wrists. She looked both adorable and heartbreakingly beautiful. Finally, Ethan cleared his throat. Let me help you find your clothes. They walked along the shore together, searching for anything the current might have carried off. Ethan made sure to stay ahead, scanning the water so she wouldn't have to step too deep again. After a few minutes, he spotted the towel tangled in reeds and a floating sandal drifting nearby. Found them, he called. Maya sighed with relief. Thank you, again. You can change behind those bushes. I won't. I know, she said softly, stepping closer. You've already proved you're trustworthy. Her words settled warmly in his chest. When she returned, fully dressed and composed, she handed back his shirt, neatly folded despite still being damp. Keep it, he said. It looks better on you anyway. She laughed, a sound that made his heart thump a little harder. Ethan, look, this is probably the strangest situation I've ever been in. But I'm glad it was you. I'm glad you're okay. She hesitated, then added, maybe next time I'll bring a backup towel. And maybe, we could get coffee afterward. He raised a brow. You asking me on a date, Ms. CEO. Her cheeks warmed again. Maybe I am. Ethan glanced at Lily, who was still happily splashing. He felt something flicker inside him, hope, unexpected but welcome. I'd like that, he said. Maya smiled, sunlight catching the water droplets still clinging to her hair. The lake had stolen her clothes. But fate, it seemed, had handed Ethan something entirely different. A moment he didn't know he'd been waiting for.